There are moments in the NBA that are so rare, so unbelievable, that even hardcore basketball fans have to rewind the clip just to make sure their eyes aren't lying to them. We're talking about ridiculous game winners, impossible shots, physics-defying plays, and moments so strange that they might only happen once in a lifetime. Everything you're about to see in this video is insanely rare, and trust me, it only gets crazier from here. And we're starting off with Austin Reaves, who decided to turn into a movie character. The clock is winding down, the defense is all over him, and he throws up a last-second prayer. The buzzer sounds, the ball is floating, and somehow, it goes in. The crowd explodes, the bench loses its mind, and Reaves celebrates by slapping a fan on the sideline. That is not just a buzzer beater, that's a one-in-a-trillion NBA moment. Next up, JaVale McGee shows us something you almost never see. A shot goes up at the rim, and instead of swatting it or tipping it away, McGee rises up and literally grabs the basketball out of the air with one hand. No block. No deflection. Just snatch. That might be one of the rarest blocks in NBA history, and it proves once again, JaVale McGee is box office when he's locked in. Andrew Wiggins was feeling unstoppable too. Draymond Green slips the screen, Wiggins pulls up from the wing, and launches a shot that looks impossible from the moment it leaves his hand. But somehow, it drops. Swish. Wiggins doesn't even rush back. He takes a victory lap like he already knew it was going in. Now LeBron James has produced more rare NBA moments than almost anyone ever. But this one might be the strangest. In the middle of the game, LeBron just stands completely still while cheerleaders dance all around him. No blinking. No movement. It genuinely looks like someone unplugged his controller mid-game. And Indiana Pacers fans had their own heart attack when the arena was suddenly invaded by a bat. A real bat flying around the court. Security didn't know what to do. Players were ducking. You could literally see it flying across the floor on live TV. Forget zone defense. How do you guard that? Then there's Gary Payton too, standing at just 6 feet 2 inches, lining up for a jump ball against 7-footer Jonas Valanciunas. Everyone already knew how this was supposed to end. Except GP2 didn't get the memo. He explodes upward and actually wins the jump ball, out-jumping a giant. The young glove was hype, and honestly, that's deserved. But what Jeff Green did next? Yeah, no one should be hype about that. This man went up for a dunk and somehow dunked the ball on his own head. Yes, on himself. That might be the most self-inflicted poster dunk in NBA history. Now let's talk about shots you'll never see again. Corey Brewer gets fouled, loses balance, and somehow flips the ball up from behind the backboard. And against all logic, it goes in. The backboard clearly loves him, because it definitely hates Danny Green. Danny Green once took a three-pointer that bounced around the rim, rolled forever, and then just sat on top of the basket. Not in. Not out. Just sitting there. Basketball physics completely broke. Spencer Dinwiddie tried to make a smart play by tipping a loose ball to his teammate, but accidentally tipped it straight into the hoop instead. Of course he did it while playing for the Wizards, because Wizards basketball is just different. And then there's the commentator who absolutely sold a legendary moment. Trevor Ariza launches a baseline 3 at the buzzer. It looks clean. It looks good. But the announcer calls it an airball, even though it clearly looked like it went straight through the net. I'm not gonna lie, I thought it went in too. Russell Westbrook also surprised everyone by revealing his second career. Mid-game, during live action, this man stops to wipe the floor. Forget triple-doubles. He's doing janitor duties now. Hey, if you want the job done right. Marc Gasol had one of the pettiest rare moments ever when he kicked Clint Capella's shoe clean off the court. Capella loses his shoe, and Gasol gets a technical foul for it. That ref was on something that night. And refs stayed wild, because one referee once ejected Anthony Davis for tying his shoe. AD literally couldn't play because his shoe came off. What did the ref want him to do? Play barefoot. James Harden gave us one of the strangest-looking free throws ever. After hurting his ankle, he limps to the line and shoots on basically 1 foot. It looked ugly, but it worked. But this next shot, I wouldn't dare anyone to try it. A player pulls up from behind the backboard on a drive and somehow banks it in. I dare him to do that again. And then there's Najee Marshall, who made one of the worst passes in NBA history. I still don't know who that ball was meant for. Tony Allen once went up for a layup and got the ball stuck on the rim mid-play. And that's rare, but getting an alley-oop stuck on the rim? That's something you might never see again. The Raptors even managed to break reality when 2 players blocked the same shot at the exact same time. I don't know how that even works, but it happened. Vince Carter, though, completely ignored logic. He launched a prayer from full court, and somehow it went in. That shot had no business being close, yet it dropped like destiny. Amare Stoudemire once threw a pass straight to nobody. No teammate. No defender. Just vibes. Some players are so locked in that they forget basic things. Like the guy who tried to check into a game without wearing a jersey. My guy thought warm-ups counted. DeMar DeRozan once passed the ball to the other team's bench. To be fair, Joakim Noah was wearing the same color, so that one's understandable. But Steven Adams? No jokes there. This man broke his shooting hand after a brutal foul, and still walked to the free throw line to shoot. Pure toughness. Back in 2006, David Lee delivered one of the most insane finishes ever. With 0.1 seconds left in double overtime, the ball gets tossed toward the rim, and Lee tips it in at the absolute last moment possible. And mascots aren't safe either. The Nuggets mascot once tried to dunk off a trampoline, and got absolutely destroyed. Man even threw the ball afterward. Straight chaos. But the final moment might be the most cursed of all. A Kings fan sitting courtside got so drunk that the entire arena started reacting. Commentators were holding their noses. Something went very, very wrong. That's a fail, but fails can get even crazier. Ships crashing into cranes. Concrete slabs destroying cars. And whatever the hell this is. So if you want to see some of the most insane fails ever recorded, click the video right here, the world's most expensive fails. This video's done. You're still here. So go ahead. Click it. Smirking face fire. If you want it even longer, or more funny, dramatic, or TikTok/short style, just say the word.